Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading for April the 4th to April the 10th. Let's get started for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. See what messages we have, what major themes are coming up for Sagittarius this week. Oh, that one flew out over there. Okay. You got a whole bunch of messages here. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Let's see. Bottom of the deck is happy, happy. Love to see that. Okay. So that's lovely. Happy, happy is such a beautiful card, pointing towards a lot of joy and optimism coming up for you. Now let's see the path towards that. What cards did you receive? Wow. Very similar to the Aries cards. Okay. Interesting. We got clean it up, to the sea, time for a nap, imagine, fork in the road, and the fates. So that makes me feel like you are moving towards something here that's going to need you to go with the flow. You're going to need to go with the flow. You got two cards in succession here, sequenced, card 20 and 21. Very, very well shuffled deck that I've been using all day, and I use it all the time. So very interesting. I feel like you've been imagining something. There's been something coming through that you have a feeling about it, but you haven't really been able to see anything happen. So it's sort of like you've put it to rest. Time for a nap. You're like, I feel like there's something shifting. I feel like there's something moving, but I can't see anything observable. So I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna put it away. I trust my intuition, but at the same time, there doesn't seem to be anything for me to take action on right now. But I feel like that's about to change because you have the fork in the road card. So I can't help but feel like something faded is going to come in. And this could be what you've been imagining, this faded moment. Something faded is coming and you're being guided to go with the flow. It's going to help address some things that needed to be straightened up, cleaned up, some things from the past. And it's going to lead to a choice for you to make. Okay, Sagittarius? So it's interesting. It's like you've imagined something that it hasn't materialized yet. It hasn't actually taken form in the material world. And as I'm saying that, I feel drawn to adjusting my crystals, the red crystals. So it's almost like something that affects you down to the core, because I'm rearranging all my crystals suddenly because they're kind of in the way. So it's interesting. You've been imagining something that you've got to just sort of allow it to take the time it needs, which is why you have the time for a nap card. This definitely feels like there's a faded event happening soon where you're going to need to go with the flow. Now my yellow crystals are getting my attention. So that means you're going to have to be confident in this and go with the flow. Be confident in the energy guiding you. This is going to help you resolve something, to clean up some things that may be confusing for you right now. Some things that you don't have answers on. And it's going to lead you to a decision. You're going to have to make a choice about what direction to take, and it might be an emotional one because now I'm staring at my green crystals. It's so funny how you channel messages during a reading. So it's interesting. This is something coming out of seemingly nowhere, but it's not, because you've imagined this. You've seen it. You've seen it, but it hasn't been super clear as to how it's going to happen, or actually the people involved. It's not clear to you, but I feel like you've sensed something here. You are being guided to go with the flow as this sort of emerges, and then you're going to have to make a decision. Fork in the road. Happy, happy on the bottom of the deck, though, so I can't help but think that this is going to be something that makes you feel good. This is going to be something that you would say is a happy moment, right? Interesting. Okay, let's clarify some of this. Okay, we see the 9 of Pentacles in reverse and the Magician in reverse coming out. So you might not be certain right now. Again, you can't see this happening yet, but you feel it. So it's like that 9 of Pentacles makes me feel like you've got your defenses up. Your guard is up. And so that could be why this is sort of happening right now. Maybe it's going to tear down your defenses. That Magician in reverse makes me think that there is something that's causing an inner disturbance for you when it comes to this situation. So you've got your guard up, and you're sort of in a place where you're not able to receive because your guard's up, right? So nothing can penetrate that wall, which is why the Magician is in reverse right now. So I'm wondering if that's why we're seeing take a nap. Time for a nap, because while your guard is up, nothing can sort of penetrate that wall. And maybe your guard is up because, yeah, 7 of Wands. You've had this feeling of looking back. And when you look back, it's bringing you to a place where you sense something, but you can't see it. You just keep turning your head back and looking back to see, do I need to be defensive? You're feeling really guarded. You're feeling really guarded. And so a part of you is sort of feeling defensive. 3 of Swords. Of course you're feeling defensive. I mean, something really hurt you. So you've got your guard up, your defenses are on, you're scanning around looking for any sort of red flags, and as a result, you're not really able to receive anything right now. But that's all going to change. We see the Page of Cups here. So that's going to change. I feel like someone maybe younger than you, or someone that you would describe as sort of being slightly more spontaneous, mature with their emotions. Like, you know, sort of sometimes the older we get, the less spontaneous we are emotionally with reaching out. So I feel like someone who's younger than you, or someone who's emotionally a little bit less guarded than you, might make their way back. They might try and come back in here. It's not clear as to whether or not they're the ones that put the swords in your heart. They may have, but these swords may have been wounds that you've experienced over the years that have caused you to raise your guard, to have your defenses on, to sort of not really trust anyone to come into your garden. You know what I mean? 9 of Pentacles. I always imagine this woman, this beautiful woman who's in this gorgeous garden, but the walls are so high that she's all by herself in there. And you're all by yourself in there, I think, because you've been hurt. Anytime you've let someone in the garden, they've hurt you. So, but there seems to be this young page energy wanting to come towards you. But it's in reverse, because I wonder if you would let it in the garden or not. But it seems like it wants to move towards you. There's your crossroads. And it's like you're almost going to have to make a decision about whether or not to let this person cross into the garden or not. It's a risk, but you're willing to take that leap of faith, I think, with that Fool card. That makes me feel like you're going to choose the path that says, okay, I'll give this another chance. I feel like you're going to welcome this person when they show up. You're going to have some indecision at first. I think you're going to think about it, and you're going to have some indecision with that 2 of Swords. And as they come towards you, they might be hesitant as well, because of maybe they did have a role to play in one of these swords going in your heart. But regardless, I feel like you're going to welcome this person. This is interesting, Sag. I think you're going to want to have a new beginning with this person. And it's interesting because, you know, I see the Sun and it's coming out in reverse, which is usually just a time where we don't understand just how good something is going to be. You know, the Sun in reverse is usually a time where our perspective is like, yeah, okay, I'll take a chance on this, but you have no idea how amazing this is going to be. I think you're sort of going to be caught off guard by how happy this is going to make you, by how happy you're going to be to finally let your guard down and let someone in again. You know, it's going to be transformative. It's going to be transformative, but you're going to have to choose it. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. It's the Tower. Yeah. This is going to change everything. This is going to change everything. And this is a time where you're going to see the truth. Clean it up. You're going to see the truth about a situation. I feel like any questions you had about this are going to be addressed. And you're going to have a choice to make. Let's see. Yeah, there's the Star card. It's in reverse, but You know, it's interesting. I feel like it could be an Aries moving towards you. There's the Emperor with the Hanged Man, the Star. Could be an Aquarius moving towards you. I feel like you're going to be guided to go with the flow here. You're going to know. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. This Tower moment is going to clear away any doubt or any sort of illusion around you. I feel like this whole situation is going to get cleaned up. You're going to see it for what it really is. Finally. I kind of feel like saying finally. I feel like this was something that was maybe a mystery for a little bit of a time. This specific incident that you're imagining. This, if you're thinking of a certain person, then it's almost like it was a big mystery. And now you're going to get a chance to understand it completely. The Tower coming in to clear out any illusions. What is an affirmation for Sagittarius this week in light of this fated moment? Third eye. I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply the wisdom in my life. This is interesting. Third eye, the fates, the magician here, the fool. This is something new coming in. Again, something I feel like that you have seen or imagined. You have seen or imagined this, you know, but it just didn't appear into the material world just yet. But I feel like it's on its way. I feel like it's on its way. It's something that you had put to rest. You thought this was over. It's not. It's coming back. This is very interesting. And it's going to show you the wisdom of this whole timeline, of this whole experience. It's all going to get cleaned up. And you're going to understand why this all happened in the first place. This is really interesting, Sagittarius. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video if it's resonated with you and you'd like to see more. I hope to see you again very soon for another reading, and I'm sending you so much love and light. Have a great week, Sagittarius.